But this whole list kind of spurred me to talk about maybe the top 10 of all time. The top 10 players of all time. And I'm going to give you my top 10 players of all time. All right? So it's going to be controversial, but this is my list. Right?
Okay.
Number 10, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon for the Houston Rockets. He is my favorite player of all time. More than anybody on that team, I try to emulate his game more than anybody else because he is there's only been 3 quadruple doubles in the NBA in the history. And quadruple doubles has to do with getting 4 statistical categories and getting double digits for each of those statistical categories. It could be rebounds, points, assists, blocks, steals, all that, right? There's only been 3 in the history of the NBA. Hakeem Olajuwon has 2 of them. The other one is David Robinson. Okay, so that's why I think he's number 10. Number 9.
Hakeem is a 7-footer. Was David
Yes.
Robinson a 7-footer?
Yes, David Robinson might have even been a little higher, taller than 7 foot. But yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon I think was really 6'10", 6'11". He wasn't really
Those are
7
two
foot.
7-footers who actually played at an elite level. Because there's been a lot of 7-footers, but not many of them at the elite level. So I
Correct.
just want to note that out to the audience thinking about Victor.
Yep, exactly. Good call. So number 9, I have Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is, like I said earlier, the most efficient scorer I think we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. I'm sure he's going to get supplanted at some point in the future, but that guy, he shoots over everybody. He's tall. I think Victor Wembanyama could be a Kevin Durant 2.0, honestly, in my opinion, and probably better on the defensive end than Kevin Durant. Even though Kevin Durant is a good defensive player, he learned that through the Warriors, and he's now rounded out his game to be at this level. So Kevin Durant's number 9. Number 8, I have Stephen Curry. He's number 8 on my all-time list. Number 7, Oscar Robertson. He's
going back some far.
I'm going back some, man. Right? Yeah, but that guy was a triple-double machine, and he's a big guard, right? So he
Lakers, right?
he played for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Bucks, okay.
Yeah. So other teams as well, but that's where I remember him from. Number 6, Larry Bird. Number 6 is Larry Bird. Yeah, Larry Bird is number 6. There's a lot of people in Boston are going to hate me for saying that, but he's number 6, right? I mean, he's a great player. When he was playing, I thought he was a little overrated, but after seeing his career play out and watching him again, after the fact, that guy was a really good player, man. So my bad for misjudging him when I was watching him at the time when I was, a younger kid. So number 5, I have Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is the number 5 player of all time, in my opinion.
I would never have Kobe ahead of Larry.
Oh, hell yeah. Kobe Bryant was a beast. The guy was probably one of the best offensive players we have seen of all time.
I always thought he was overrated. He was on the
No way. He should have had more MVPs. He should have had way more MVPs than he had. And rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. He's the Black Mamba. Mamba mentality. He brought that to the NBA, and people revere him. So Kobe Bryant's number 5. Number 4. Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers, for sure. I mean, he's a generational player, changed the game. Being a 6'10" point guard, just had eyes behind his head, on the side of his head. He could just dish any pass that he wanted in games, and he was just a beast on the point guard. Number 3, LeBron James. LeBron James I have as number 3. Now, I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying LeBron James is number 3 because a lot of people put him at number 1 or at number 2. But, the guy is awesome. I mean, what's really impressive about him is that when he came out, out of high school, he had a lot of pressure. He was the number 1 pick. He was highly revered as an 18-year-old or 17-year-old when he first came out in the NBA. And he just took on the pressure and performed. And the thing is, he wasn't really regarded as, a scoring type of guy. He was more of a pass for us. He was kind of compared more to Magic Johnson, than anybody else. But, he's played for 20 years and hardly has gotten any injuries. So I think that's the reason why he's sustained his greatness for this long. So number 2, this is where I'm going to get a lot of flack. And I've gotten a lot of flack for this because my friends know I'm a big NBA fan, and I put this guy at number 2. But when I watched this guy play, this guy was a walking bucket. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of the Los Angeles Lakers. He was an unbelievable force on the offensive end. And believe it or not, that guy also did great rebounding, great assists, steals, blocks. He also has 5 NBA championships, So, he's...
Now, that said, though, Eddie,
Yes.
his championship run really started heavily with once Magic got there.
Magic.
You
Correct.
know, like
Correct. With Magic.
I agree with you on him, and what made him so distinct is the skyhook. I don't think I've ever seen any other
Yes.
player do the
No other
skyhook
player. I
like
mean,
that.
there's other people. There's other players that have tried to
Not
do it,
like,
but they didn't do it
yeah,
like him. I mean, he could do it either hand, and it was unstoppable. Once he got up to a certain point, it was an automatic bucket. So to me, he has the most renowned shot in the NBA history. So that's the reason why I put him at number two. And number one, everybody knows this. It's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is number one. He was all defensive player, all offensive player, won 6 championships. Played baseball too.
14.
Yeah. So and played with one. No, he played with the Washington Wizards too. But he
Yeah,
he, he
I'm
won
talking
his
about
six.
his championship.
Yeah, his championships with the Chicago Bulls, and that's all the championships that Chicago has is because of him. So that list that the ESPN came up with their top 100, it prompted me to do this top 10 list of all time for myself. So I know I'm going to get flack. For those of you who are listening to this podcast, go ahead and put some comments up there and tell me that I'm way off. I don't care. This is my list. I want to hear your list. So give me your top 10 of all time. All right? That's what I want to hear.
Hey everybody, this is Big John from Grumblings Media, and I just want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our efforts here at Grumblings Media, just smash the subscribe button right here, totally free, or just go ahead and consume more of our great content. Click either one of these two boxes.